Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are here today to continue the theme of 500 calorie meals, which of course will be healthy and hopefully budget friendly as well where possible. So this week is Fish Week and I have put together some lovely meals in my opinion that I hope you will enjoy looking at as well, and hopefully they will give you some inspiration for the sort of midweek drag that we can all experience at times where we get a bit stuck, a bit sort of, in a routine, and we just need to freshen things up a little bit. We love fish, and so please stay tuned to see exactly what we've got. So to start off with, what I'll do today is just go over some of the vegetables that we've got to go with our meals. Now, throughout the video, I will just sort of run through ideas that I've got and the way that I would like our meals to look and sort of turn out with the vegetables that we have. We've also got some frozen vegetables as well that we can use should we want to. And again, the main idea and point of the video is to give yourself some ideas with regards to what you can do with fish. And of course, our shopping today is from M&S. So we did manage to get a variety of different products, which I haven't been able to see in any other supermarket as yet. But first of all, what I'll do is just talk through what we have here. So these are the baby new potatoes. So we've actually got 2 bags of these just to make sure that there's enough for our dishes that we've sort of planned for the week. So this is pack 1, and then we've got pack 2. So we had these sort of last week and we thoroughly enjoyed them. They were really quick to cook in the pan on the hob, but they were also great to just sort of mostly cook on the pan and then finish off in the air fryer. They're great for roasting, little roast potatoes. They are so good. And I would recommend getting small potatoes at this time of the year. They also have the Ayrshire ones that we got from Tesco's, and they were also lovely. They're from the Scotty brand as well. We don't have them this week, but I would definitely recommend them because they were really tasty. We also have British tender stem broccoli. So this is quite a large pack, but actually worked out cheaper to buy the larger pack. As with most things, it does work out better value. But you can steam, boil or stir fry this. So it's quite versatile with a variety of different sort of meals as well. And we also have extra fine beans too. So really looking forward to trying these. We had some fine beans the other day with dinner and I thoroughly enjoyed them. They were really tasty. And I think just this time of the year, I think everything just tastes that little bit better. And so yeah, let me know if you've tried these ones, but I thoroughly enjoy them. This will sound a bit strange, but sometimes, obviously these are extra fine beans, but sometimes I feel they're quite sort of like stringy, like there's not that nice a texture to them, whereas I think these ones are personally my absolute favourites, and they do genuinely cook really nicely. So yeah, again, you can boil them or steam them. I've often just sort of like chopped them up as well and put them into dishes, so they're quite versatile. I'll pop these down. So before I get into the video, of course, I said it is Fish Week. You may be thinking, I'm not a massive fan of fish, and that is absolutely fine. But please stay tuned, and if I can just remind you, if you're not already a subscriber, to continue to think about subscribing or consider subscribing today. If you get to the end of the video, I would love if you would become one of my subscribers. It really does mean a lot to me. It also helps the channel grow, and I certainly wouldn't be here right now doing this video if it wasn't for you at home who continue to view and subscribe to the channel. Now, if you're viewing the videos and you're enjoying them and you may already be a subscriber, please remember to share my videos as well, because the more people that know about the videos, the more watches and viewers to the channel that it brings. So if I can just take this opportunity to ask, that would be lovely. And again, a massive thank you to all of my members who continue to be members. You're all fantastic. I appreciate they're all on your own individual journeys. And again, this is a reminder for anyone who isn't already a member. If you would like to become a member, then please ask a little bit more about it in the comments section below in the box, and I will give you a little bit more information. Alternatively, you can check out more about memberships on my main YouTube homepage, and there is a little section on there as well as a community post. So again, if you have any questions, please do just ask. I would love if more of you would become members. It really would mean the world to me. So let's get on with the rest of the video. So first of all, what I will just say is that I have written all the calories out for you guys, just so it's easier for me to calculate because my mental arithmetic is fine. However, when I'm trying to video and talk about the products and think about everything that I'm trying to tell you about, it is a little bit distracting, so please bear with me. So anyway, these are one of our favourites. We haven't had this meal for quite a long time. I must admit the price has gone up a bit due to inflation and all of these other things going on in the background. But this is coquille Saint-Jacques. So basically what it is scallops in a shell, and these are freezable. You don't often see many of these on the shelf just because I think people generally do like them, just like what we do. We love them. And they sell out really quickly, to be honest. So basically this is scallops cooked in a velvety white sauce topped with creamy mash and hand garnished with cheddar cheese crumb. For half of the pack, it's 236 calories. And as I said, they are freezable. But what you can also do is you can keep the shells. So I don't know if you can just see, it could be a little art project, you know, you could get the kids involved. Once you've obviously eaten and cleaned the shells out, you can keep a hold of them. You can draw little holes into them. You know, you could put them on a little bit of twine or something like that in the garden as well. And again, they can be painted, so they're not going to go to waste, and they're actually quite nice, you know, to keep. So again, if you've got kids or grandkids, or if you just want to get involved in a little bit of art at home on your own, then definitely give these a shot as well. Of course, if you like scallops, then that's also a massive bonus. But yeah, everything I'm going to be talking about today is under 500 calories. And that's just sort of like my preference. So what I try to do is leave myself about 500 calories for dinner. And it means that when I have my lunch, my breakfast and my dinner, I've still got some room for snacks. And that generally allows me to stick under sort of 1500-ish calories a day. Now, obviously, that's my sort of aim and goal. Now, it's not always perfect because we have things we want to have, we want to try, we maybe get invited to go to places and things. And again, it's all about balance. So if I am on it all week, and then it comes to one day where we go out for lunch or something like that, then I know that I've been under my calories for the whole week. But I also just need to be mindful of when we do go out that I don't go well overboard, because if I do that, then it's going to undo all my good work. So it's always about just trying to keep that moderation sort of mindset. However, as I said, everything that we've got here is for my husband and I, so we will just be splitting everything in half. So the calories that I'm reading out to you are for one portion. So as we said, the shells are 236 calories each. And then what I was thinking is that one sort of portion of the new potatoes is 175 grams. And so I was going to have 175 grams of new potatoes with the shell, and also some tender stem broccoli, and again about 100 grams of broccoli. So all in all, for one shell with potatoes as well as the broccoli, the tender stem broccoli, it would work out at 400 calories. Now, of course, you could add extra stuff on. You know, you could add some butter to your vegetables, you could add some cheese, you know, on top of everything that you've got. It's completely up to you. And obviously for us, if we wanted to add some extra steamed vegetables, which we've got in the freezer, we can just pop in the microwave. We could do that on top as well. So it's just about having that flexibility to see what you've got in your fridge, what you need to use up, what you want to use up, and of course what you can get your hands on in the shops. So I'll pop that down. So the next item we've got here is something that I must admit I struggle to find in other shops. Just like the shells, I haven't seen them in any other shops, like Asda's or Tesco's. I must admit, you know, the sort of fish aspect of sort of grocery shopping these days, apart from buying like, you know, sort of fillets of salmon and, you know, sort of your usual sort of cod or haddock sort of portions, there isn't much going on in the form of fish from within your grocery shops these days, unless you go to a local fishmonger where you'll have a larger selection. But what we liked about M&S and what sort of gave us inspiration to do this video, I suppose, is because we have got so many different options here that you would never get, well, I certainly would never get bored of having it. And it's all very low calorie, it's full of protein, and so we wanted to give it a bit of a shot. And James and I love fish, we love seafood as well, so it's really important to us. So this one here is lemon, garlic and herb dressing, sea bass fillets. So this is what it looks like. And this is usually sort of pan fried within 5 to 6 minutes. It's also freezable. And for half of the pack, so one fillet is 238 calories. And the serving suggestion is that you serve it with sort of like roast little potatoes, little new potatoes, which we've got. And we've also got some tender stem broccoli and asparagus. So we don't have asparagus, but we do have some little fine beans as well. So we could pop that on the side. So for the sea bass with the dressings, 230 as we said, with 175 grams of potatoes is an extra 128 calories. And then broccoli is 35, is 401 calories. Now, obviously, if we added on some fine beans or whatever, I think they're about 30 calories per 100 grams. Again, you're well under your 500 calories sort of allowance, if you like, for the meal. Now, it looks like plain fish in here. However, within this sort of section here, there is a sachet of dressing. So again, it's all in one. You don't need to go and buy extra ingredients or make up your own dressing or whatever. Obviously, if you wanted to, then of course you could, but it just saves you having to do that, which I quite like. So next on the list is salmon and Cajun, salmon with Cajun style sauce, and it's got parsley and lime on it. And there is actually a little slice of lime in there, as well as some little sauce sort of sachet. So half of the pack is 282 calories. So this is what it looks like. And what I will say is this is part of the 2 for £10 deal in M&S. We wanted to try the Cajun style sort of salmon a few weeks ago, and we thought we'll leave it for now, we'll get something else. But actually, when we were in today, the dates were all really good as well. So with regards to what we got from Tesco's last week, we weren't able to get any fish products, sadly. Everything but one meal was chicken. We got one pulled pork meal last week, but everything else was chicken. So if you have watched that video, then you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't watched the video, please go and watch the video. That would be much appreciated. And of course, the week before as well, when we did another M&S video with regards to dinners and saving ourselves some money, but also some time. But what I would say is that the dates are excellent. So all of this food is in date up until next weekend. So we're not going to have to panic or worry about the week ahead. I've just finished a week off from annual leave, and now going back to work, it means that I feel prepared for the week ahead, and it's going to save us a lot of time. But we're also going to really look forward to dinners every night, which will be lovely. So yeah, as I said before I digressed, is 282 calories for the salmon. And then we also saw this little pack here, which is spicy rice with peppers, paprika and chili. Now this was actually part of another deal. I think it was part of a sort of dine-in deal that M&S do, but we just bought it as a standalone product. So this pack serves 2 people, and for half of the pack is 209 calories. It is freezable, it's also vegan, and it is hot, so it's got a 3 chili rating. So this is what it looks like. And you can microwave it from fresh or from frozen as well. So for the Cajun chicken, the Cajun salmon, my goodness, and spicy rice is 491 calories. Now, obviously, you could add on some extra veg on the side. You could add in some salad, completely up to yourself. But for us, that's sort of what we've planned for at the moment. So it's just under the 500 calories sort of mark, but it's just a guide. And obviously anything that I'm doing here, I'm not asking you guys to do at home. This is just ideas that we have and we want to try out. So if you try any of them, please let me know in the comment section below. And I'd love to hear your sort of your feedback on the food that you've had, if you've had any of it before, or if you go and buy some. So I know that some viewers from other videos have gone and bought things that I've shown you on my videos, which I'm really, really grateful for. It just means a lot to me that you actually listen and you see what I'm trying to, show you, and you go off and buy it and you really enjoy it. And that's the most important thing to me. Next, we've got salmon and soya glaze. So this is actually a soya and ginger glaze with coriander and chili. And this is 262 calories for one fillet of salmon. So that's what it looks like. And we were also just going to have some noodles with this. So these are actually from the cupboard. We didn't buy these, but we've had them for a few weeks now. Well, we didn't buy them today, but we did buy them a few weeks ago. So one nest is 154 calories, which what I will say is these are definitely one of the lower calorie nests of egg noodles that I've been able to find over the last while. So they are just the medium egg ones. Some noodles are like well over 180 calories per nest, and some of the fresh ones, so the ones that you get in the sort of like packs from Tesco's, Asda's, Morrison's, etc., they are like sometimes well over 200 calories for a nest of noodles or a sachet of noodles. So it's just to be really careful because they do add oil to the noodles as well, just to keep them sort of soft and to stop them sticking to each other in the pack. So if you're wanting to save yourself some calories, and they don't take long at all to cook, to be honest, as long as you add boiling hot water to them, they cook within just a few minutes. So you're not really saving yourself that much time rather than put them in the microwave. So yeah, save yourself some calories and just get the dried ones, in my opinion. So all in all, for the salmon with a soya and ginger glaze and a nest of noodles is 416 calories. Now, obviously, we've got some fine beans here. We've obviously got our broccoli. So either way, and we've also got some steamed veg, as I said earlier as well. Either way, we're probably going to add something more to that, but it's going to be well under 500 calories. So again, a really versatile dinner, quite quick and easy to put together. And again, the dates are great up until next weekend, which we absolutely love because it saves us going back to the shops again and again. And I must admit, I think the vegetables do last a little bit longer as well. So I'll pop this aside. Try to tidy up a little bit. Oh, and I forgot to mention, because I'm fancy, I did get some flat lace parsley as well, just for a little bit of a garnish, just over some of our meals, just to sort of zhuzh it up a wee bit. And we also have, so 2 products left to go over, or 2 dinners to go over, shall I say. So we love an omelette. It's one of the best things that I think you can make nutritionally and time and cost effectively as well. So for us, it's something that we really enjoy at least once a week. Sometimes we'll have omelette for breakfast. It's really quick, and again, you can just sort of throw things in, or you can make a frittata and you can put it into the oven or under the grill. And it's a great way for the kids as well, just to get used to different textures, but also getting a little bit more vegetables into their diet as well. So we thoroughly enjoy doing that in our house. But what we did see today is these are 2 fillets. So they are kiln smoked haddock loins. So these are suitable for freezing as well. But the reason that we went for these ones, which is the collection ones, rather than the sort of normal M&S ones, these were much brighter in colour. They looked to be a sort of better fillet, so a better part of the fish. And there wasn't much cost difference, to be honest. And I think when you're buying fish, in my perspective, or my opinion, I think you're better to pay a little bit more money for it to know that it's been sustainably sourced. There's good flavour, it's not artificially flavoured, things like that. It's really important to us. And so this is what we have. So obviously we'd have 1 fillet loin each, or haddock loin each. So the plan is to make a smoked haddock omelette. We'll probably grill or maybe just dry fry each fillet. So we'll cook them together in the pan, maybe with a little bit of fry light or something, and then we'll just gently flake the fish into the omelette mix. Failing that, you could also poach the fish in a sauce and milk to make a sort of sauce. You could add flour and make it into a roux. Really, it's up to yourself if you're wanting to go down the sort of cheesy sauce route with a sort of hint of fish through the sauce, if you wanted to do that. But certainly for us, we're just wanting to do the omelette. But again, it's all ideas. It's all things you might want to take on board. So for half of the pack, really low calorie, it's only 98 calories per fillet or per loin of fish. And then whenever we're having an omelette for dinner, we'll generally have 3 eggs each, just because it's dinner. So we want it to be a bit more filling, a bit more sort of, sort of big on the plate. I like big portions. So 3 eggs works out just under 200 calories. It's about 66 calories per egg. And you could, of course, add in some extra cheese. You could add in some spinach, you could add in any other vegetables that you've got, to be honest, just bulk it out as much as you want and make it go a little bit further as well. So obviously this will feed both of us, but you could easily feed 4 people with the amount of fish that we've got here. And again, just bulking it out with vegetables. And of course, on the side, we were thinking about having some extra fine beans. So it would probably take it up to 326 calories for the eggs, the fish, and the fine beans. If we wanted to have some cheese, which we may do, then we would just weigh that out accordingly and calculate the calories accordingly with that as well, just for an extra little bit of flavour in there. But again, it's going to be well under the 500 calories sort of benchmark that I've got in my head for dinner. Failing that, we could also add in some vegetables on the side or anything else that we wanted. We've got plenty of that to use up. So yeah, that's another great idea for low calorie dinners, or you could have for lunch. You could make a large sort of omelette or frittatas type meal, and you could cut it up and portion it for your lunches as well. So again, really, really handy. And because if we are having something like an omelette, I like to use really good eggs just for the flavour. And so we have picked up the sort of golden yolk ones, which we really enjoy. And I would definitely recommend. We don't buy anything other than sort of free range eggs, and the higher quality the egg, the better, in my opinion, for the welfare, but also the taste. The taste is so different to any other egg that you'll get. And sort of like, sometimes you go to a restaurant or a cafe and you can just tell that the eggs are maybe not as fresh or not as high quality. But with these, if we're making something at home, we really like to make sure that we've got the best ones possible. And finally, another fish dish you'll be surprised to hear. However, this is kippers. Now, I know a lot of people are maybe not sure about kippers. They may think they're quite bony. There maybe not much eating in them. But what I would recommend is that if you haven't tried these ones, please, 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 please do. So they have gone up in price a little bit, but they are huge. So this is 230 grams for the whole pack. They're not suitable for freezing, but what they do recommend is that you grill them or you cook them in the oven. I personally have cooked these in the air fryer. I have also cooked them on just a hot frying pan with a little bit of fry light in there, and they've always turned out perfect. There's never been a problem with them. Of course, you don't need to put the butter portions in unless you want to, but the calories that I've worked out include the butter. So for the kippers, so one kipper on its own, one sort of fillet of kipper, is 244 calories. I was thinking about perhaps having 2 poached eggs with the kippers as well, so that's an extra 32 calories. And then some broccoli, which would take us to 411 calories. But what I was also thinking is a really nice bit of bread on the side would be lovely, probably for about 100 calories for a decent chunky slice of bread, just to dip into the eggs and just sort of mop up everything. And for me personally, I think about 500 odd calories for a really luxurious, tasty, smoky, protein-filled dinner or lunch. You could use it for lunch or breakfast. I don't think you can go too wrong with that. That's just my opinion. Now, obviously, with regards to vegetables, we can change it up. You can just use up what you've got. If you don't really like much veg or you don't have much veg in the house, you don't need to have it. I think the meal in itself is pretty filling. And it's really nutritious and we absolutely love it. So yeah, I would definitely recommend these kippers. As I said earlier, they are in date up until the very end of next weekend. As I said, the dates are fantastic. And I'm really impressed with that. The one thing I would say with regards to our comparison videos so far is that the range of food and also our ability to be able to put meals together really quickly. Everything's quite close together. You're not walking from one end of the supermarket to the other. In our local M&S, the meat aisle is here and you just walk around the corner and you've got all your veg. So it's really, really handy. And what we've generally been doing is choosing our meat products first and then thinking, right, well, what will go with this? What will go with that? And then we just sort of try to bulk out our meals with what we've chosen. Sometimes you can pick up some stuff that may be a little bit reduced in price as well. It may be on offer or it may be coming to the end of its sort of shelf life in the shop. That doesn't mean that it's not good to take home and keep for another few days at least. So it's always just about trying to balance out with, you know, your own preferences as well as according to your own budget. So I haven't got the receipt on me at the moment. Let me just see if I've got it in this bag. Oh, I do. Sorry guys, I thought I had the receipt out and unfortunately I didn't take it out of the bag, so I do apologise. So all in all, it's worked out at just under £50. But that is all of that fish for 2 people for 6 dinners, which I don't think is too bad at all. Now we've already got our breakfast and our lunch sorted for the week. And as I said, we try to stick to around about 500-ish calories for dinner. I try again to stick to about 500 calories for lunch and about 400 for breakfast, if that. It really just does depend on what my day looks like at work. And again, if we're on a weekend like we are right now, there's a little bit more flexibility in that, just because we sometimes wake up a little bit later, so we might just have a brunch rather than a breakfast and a lunch. So then we're sometimes saving a little bit of calories there, but then sometimes we're eating a little bit more than we normally would. So then it's good to be able to pare it back a little bit during the week. And that's why we like to have the flexibility of great dates, because it means that we don't have to keep constantly going back to the shops. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been helpful. Please let me know if you've tried any of these products before, and if you haven't and you decide to go and try them, then please do remember to let me know in the comments section below. I would love to know what you get up to and what you make, if you do have or make anything similar to what we're having this week ahead. And as always, I will catch you on the next video, and thank you so much for watching. So please take care. Have a great week. Bye.